Bonnie Creek residents spent the weekend trying to get an injured swan out of the South Thompson River. The injured bird was spotted after an area resident heard its cries. Doug Herbert reports.
For Robert Chouinard, Saturday morning began like any other day until he heard the cries of an injured swan.
Well, we woke up and as about the time it was getting daylight, we noticed the swan over here, and he, at that time, was frozen in the ice, so he may have been there all night.
The swan, covered in blood and with what looks like a broken leg, isn't able to fly. Chouinard says he phoned conservation, but was told nothing could be done. He wasn't pleased with the response.
What is it, an issue of money? I'll pick up the bill. My fiance and I checked our credit cards. You know, like, what's wrong with them? It's just a bird. They're not on the endangered list, but there's not a lot of them around, and I'm sure we all enjoy watching them.
Chouinard and two men he'd never met got together to rescue the swan. They tried rowing towards it to drive it back to shore. The plan was to net it and then bring it to the wildlife park for treatment. This is exactly what you shouldn't do, according to conservation officers.
I really wish they wouldn't do that. First of all, it's dangerous. I mean, you're on a river in wintertime, and I can't imagine that anybody would want to lose their life over a swan. That would be a larger tragedy. Secondly, again, as I've said, that the amount of energy that bird is expending trying to get away from them is energy it needs to help heal its wounds.
Tranquilizing the bird isn't an option.
A tranquilizer has to be propelled by something with the equipment we've got, and anything that we have would kill the bird. And in talking with our local biologist, I don't know of anything immediately available anywhere that we could use that would actually capture the bird.
Waslick says conservation will be monitoring the swan, but until it gets tired enough to be caught, nature will have to take its course. Doug Herbert, CFJC News.
Kamloops RCMP